Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on Ireland on a day-long visit. Prime Minister Modi will hold discussions with his Irish counterpart, Enda Kenny. India and Ireland have traditionally had cordial and friendly relations going back to the time of the freedom movement. The Prime Minister's visit is aimed at bolstering economic relations between the two countries. India will hold a regional Pravasi Bharatiya in Los Angeles in November. The announcement has been welcomed by the United States. Regional Pravasi Bharatiya in Los Angeles is part of the effort of the Indian government to increase its engagement with the large Indian American community, which numbers more than 3 million. India is in talks with Tehran to set up a gas-based urea manufacturing plant at Chabar port. Union Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari said India is ready to invest more than 1 lakh crore rupees, but it depends on negotiations with Iran. Iran has offered to supply natural gas at US $2.95 for a urea plant that India will set up at Chabar port on the Persian Gulf, but New Delhi wants rates to be lowered. Defense Minister Manohar Parrikar said $2.5 billion deal for Apache and Chinook choppers cleared by the cabinet on Tuesday will bring $1 billion worth of offsets, and roughly half of the products will be exported. The Defense Minister was speaking at the 39th conference of DRDO directors. Parrikar also gave away awards to meritorious scientists and labs of the DRDO. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar named 242 candidates for his alliance for the assembly polls. Releasing the joint list of JDU, RJD and Congress candidates of the Grand Alliance in Patna, Nitish said it represents all sections. The 5-phase Bihar assembly polls start on October 12 and will end on November 5, and counting will take place on November 8. Delhi police has picked up 2 more close aides of Somnath Bharati to question them about the whereabouts of the AAP MLA who is awaiting arrest in a case of attempt to murder and domestic violence filed by his wife. Earlier in the day, breaking his silence on the issue, the AAP convener and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal tweeted that Bharati has become an embarrassment to the Aam Aadmi Party as well as his family and should surrender. The prosecution in the Mumbai serial train blasts case pressed for death sentence for 8 convicts while demanding life imprisonment for 4 others. A special Makoka court, which is hearing the case, has reserved its order for the 30th of September. Voicing concern over the arrest of Indian fishermen by Lankan Navy, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha asked Prime Minister Narendra Modi to take steps to secure their release. In a letter to the Prime Minister, Jayalalitha urged that positive and concrete steps be taken to secure the immediate release of the 15 fishermen and the 28 boats in Sri Lankan custody. Supreme Court has dropped the contempt proceedings against Chief Secretaries of Mizoram, Madhya Pradesh, Kerala and Karnataka after the state submitted details of rehabilitation program for acid attack survivors. The Apex Court had on 9 September issued contempt notice to the Chief Secretaries for failing to reply on the rehabilitation policy. Jammu-Srinagar National Highway was closed for traffic for the second consecutive day following massive landslides triggered by heavy rainfall. The road was blocked at several places between Batote and Banihal in Ramban district. EU leaders meeting in Brussels are set to discuss a plan to relocate 120,000 migrants across the continent amid fierce opposition from some members. Romania, the Czech Republic, Slovakia and Hungary opposed a mandatory quota scheme, which was approved on Tuesday. The emergency summit will also focus on tightening EU borders and boosting aid to neighbors of Syria. Burkina Faso coup leaders agreed to return to their barracks and said that they would restore the deposed president to power, signing a deal with the army that apparently diffuses the tense standoff. The breakthrough came after marathon talks in Nigeria's Abuja, where West African heads of state had sought to break the impasse fueled by angry threats. Seeking to attract overseas investments, Reserve Bank will soon come out with a draft paper on liberalizing external commercial borrowings. Speaking at ASSOCHAM conference in New Delhi, Economic Affairs Secretary Shaktikanta Das said government is also planning to remove various conditions and restrictions to make the foreign direct investment policy more progressive. Activity in China's factory sector unexpectedly shrank to a 6.5-year low in September, raising fears of a sharper slowdown in the world's second-largest economy that could spell more turmoil for financial markets. In sports, the Indian men's national hockey team will take on New Zealand in a 6-match test series from October 2nd to 11th in Auckland, Nelson and Christchurch. Sardar Singh will lead the 21-member team. India will play a total of 6 games in the tour. The first 2 games will be played against New Zealand A, while the rest of the 4 matches, the team will be up against the New Zealand national squad.